Hi, welcome to this video on dividing and multiplying large numbers using powers of 10. If you could pause the video now and take down these two notes, that way you can focus for the rest of the lesson or the rest of the video on what's actually happening and the maths. Okay, so in order to multiply these kinds of numbers, you need to be able to do, or we need to be comfortable working with powers of 10. So something like 100 times 10 or 1,000 divided by 100, something like that. And you also need to be comfortable multiplying and dividing multi-digit numbers. So you need to be okay with, for example, 75 divided by 25, and you need to be okay with, let's say, 26 times 91, that sort of thing. You need to be okay doing both working with this and working with powers of 10 up there. If you're not, have a look on YouTube, have a look on Khan Academy, and find some resources on powers of 10 and multiplying and dividing multi-digit numbers. Yes, I'm assuming you've done that, you've had a look at that, or you are comfortable with them. All right, so having a look at these two questions here, the goal here is to split the numbers up and then deal with them individually. So 2,300 I can split into 23 times 100, and 300 I can split up into 3 times 100. So when I multiply these together, I can actually reorder them. So I can say that this is 23 times 3 times 100 times 100. Right? The reason I can do that is because multiplication is commutative. 2 times 3 gives me 6, 3 times 2 gives me 6. It doesn't change the value whether I do them in any order. Okay? So after having done that, my sum actually becomes relatively easy, because 23 times 3 is 69. 100 times 100, well, that's simply 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros after it. So I end up with 10,000 like that. And then I simply multiply them together. So I have 69,0,0,0,0, giving me 690,000. Division is similar to that, right? I'm going to straight away organize this in a similar way. So I'm going to break that up into 42 times 1,000. Then I'm going to set it up as a fraction. I prefer my division sums to be in a fraction. You don't have to. You could have had, you could do 42 divided by 7, and then 1,000 divided by 100, but either way you'll see it's going to end up being the same thing. So here I've got 7 times 100. Okay? So now, as I said, I'm now going to do 42 divided by 7, which gives me 6. I'm going to do 1,000 divided by 100, which gives me 10. And 6 times 10 is 60. I like the way that I can do this because straight away it gives me very neat little columns. 42 divided by 7, 6. 1,000 divided by 100, 10. And I know that I can maintain this little column here in my answer and then bring them together at the end. Alright, so that's it for multiplying large numbers using powers of 10. If you want a few extra questions, perhaps have a look on Khan Academy or somewhere on YouTube and grab some there. But that's it for me. Thanks very much. Cheers.